Super Mario Odyssey has been out for around 2.5 years now, and since its release for the Nintendo Switch, the speedrun community has been trying to push this game to its absolute limits. As time progresses, more movement optimizations and tricks are being found, and beating Super Mario Odyssey as fast as possible is becoming more insane than we have ever thought it would be within the span of the time this game has been out for. In today's video, I will be roughly going over the 10 hardest tricks to use in the any percent speedrun. Now, difficulty is obviously subjective, but I base this list off of a couple criteria to make it as least subjective as possible. First of all, not all the tricks that are placed on this list are based on how difficult I think they are, but on how difficult other top runners think they are, as some of them have poured way more time into these tricks than I have. Also, this list is just based on raw difficulty and execution. I am not taking into account things like nerves when doing the trick, just pure difficulty and leniency of the trick when doing the trick in speedruns. Now, without further ado, let's get into the 10 hardest tricks in Super Mario Odyssey any percent. Number 10. Leg Clip. Now, leg clip is a trick that is done relatively early in the any percent speedrun. It saves around 7 seconds if done optimally and is very hard to save time with. For leg clip, you have to perfectly line up Mario's shadow with the wall, throw Cappy through the wall, bounce off of Cappy, ground pound on a slither of ground out of bounds, cap dive, wall jump on an invisible wall that is out of bounds, and then up throw to get the checkpoint so that you can warp after you get the chest moon. Sometimes you will throw Cappy through the wall and Mario won't clip through, which happens when Mario is slightly too far to the left. This trick only sits at the number 10 spot because although it is insanely difficult, it is very consistent once you learn the setup for it. Number 9. Nut Clip. Nut Clip is one of the biggest tricks in the run, and it saves around 25 seconds over an optimal Wooded Kingdom without Nut Clip. For Nut Clip, you have to break this nut, but before you hit it for the last time for the full break, you backflip and then backflip again, and right before you grab the moon, throw Cappy towards the wall. After that, you will be out of bounds, but the trick isn't done yet. You have to land on this slither of ground out of bounds and make it up to the higher part of ground out of bounds. Then after that, you walk slightly forward, wall jump, and then grab the bottom of the moon so that you don't clip into the area where the moon is in soft lock. Now, normally you would get this moon with the tank after you beat the main boss fight in Wooded, but this game is really broken. After that, you have to maneuver your way out of bounds all the way to the top and then go up this ramp, do some fancy movement, and break this nut to grab the moon. Now, this trick is less precise than leg clip, but being able to pull off all the movement required to pull this off and save time is what puts it at number 9. Number 8. Dive Vault Moon Skip. Now, I'm sure if you are even slightly involved with Super Mario Odyssey speedrunning, you know about Moon Skip. Now, imagine Moon Skip, except you take out one of the wall jumps, dive in a very precise spot, throw Cappy at the perfect angle to get a vault, so yeah, you have to get enough height to make it all the way up. Now, this trick looks easier than leg clip and nut clip, but given the sheer precision of this trick is why it takes the number 8 spot. Number 7. Dive Vault Snow Jam. As you can already tell, dive vaults aren't easy. Now, like Moon Skip, there is an easier way to do Snow Jam, but this is the fastest way to pull off the trick. For this, you have to spin pound up onto the Odyssey, perform a dive vault, and then make it all the way to this chest moon. Now, for dive vault moon skip, it has hard movement, but before the dive vault, and it is hard to get the dive vault, and the same applies to dive vault snow jam, but dive vault snow jam requires really precise timings for the input after the dive vault, putting it at the number 7 spot. Number 6. DSS. Now, DSS, aka Dino Skip, is done very early into the run, and it saves 10 seconds over doing Dino Skip because you skip the cutscene that you would normally watch to perform Dino Skip. Now, for DSS, you have to triple jump off this rock. After you triple jump off this rock and dive in a very precise spot, and then jump immediately after Mario lands on this spot. After that, you make your way up to the Madame Brutal boss fight. This trick still isn't 100% consistent yet, which is why it sits at number 6. Number 5. Invincible. Now we are getting into insanely hard tricks that barely save any time. Now, for this trick, you have to do some hard movement to get this chest moon, triple jump up to this moon on the pillar, and then capture the bullet bill, and this is where we get to the absurd part of all of this. For Invincible, you have to uncapture the bullet bill, and then capture it at the exact right moment so that you break the block without destroying the bullet bill. Now top runners actually do this route, but instead of doing Invincible, they just manip the bullet bill so that it destroys the block. Now this itself saves 1 second over the fastest sand route without this route, but if you do Invincible, it saves an additional second. This trick is not viable for any percent speedruns yet, as it is essentially frame perfect and only saves a second. Number 4. Spiritless Roll Cancel Clip. Now there is a route in where you skip Spirit, but there's also a much harder route in Luncheon that also skips Spirit. Now in this route there is a roll cancel that you have to do to get into this sub area early. However, pulling off this roll cancel clip just in general is really difficult and precise, given there is no consistent setup or method for this roll cancel, and to save the full 10 seconds you have to get this trick first try, which is why it sits at the number 4 spot. Number 3 and 2. Icicle roll cancel clip and First Moon roll cancel clip. Now I was really conflicted on where to put these next tricks, so I put them at the same spot. These are both roll cancel clips like Spiritless roll cancel clip. However, what makes them harder is that it's harder to clip into the walls because of the funkier collision, and you have to get the clips first try to even save time, which makes them not viable for speedruns. Both of these clips save around 1 to 2 seconds and are insanely difficult to pull off in general, so the fact that you have to pull them off first try for it to be worth it is absurd, and why they are tied at the number 3 and 2 spots. Number 1, 2DSS. Now 2DSS, aka 2D Skip, was proven possible by MiiWii recently, and it took him around 30 hours for him to prove it was possible. Now since then, a small handful of other runners have been able to pull it off themselves within a few hours. This trick takes the number 1 spot because it is one thing to pull off this absurdly hard skip, but you have to do your jump from each invisible platform really fast to even save time with it. For example, in MiiWii's clip, he got the skip, but he didn't even do it fast enough to even save time with it. This trick in total saves around 7 seconds if done really optimally, and will take a lot for this to be implemented into runs. Shoutouts to some of the people who helped me with this list, and thank you guys so much for watching until the end. This is my first time making a video like this, so suggestions in the comments are always appreciated. I'm going to be uploading more content to this channel, so make sure to subscribe and hit that like button if you want to see more content like this. Also, make sure to follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/AntoGaming101, as I stream there almost every single day. Thanks for watching.